When talking with your child about the story, you want to be sure and ask them what the main idea was. Now, there's lots of different terms that you can use. You can say, what's the main idea? What is the central theme? What is the main message? What was this mostly about? The idea, regardless of how you phrase it, the idea is to get your child to be able to summarize what the big thought was from what they read. Usually, we talk about main idea with nonfiction text. The main idea of this article were the pipelines in Alaska. That's the main idea. In contrast to that, there are supporting details. And it is so hard. This comes up about the middle of second, it starts in first grade, but it gets really glaring about the middle of second grade for kids to be able to identify this is the main idea and these are the supporting details for it. And kids need to be able to do that after they've read a passage. They need to be able to say, the big idea was this, and I know that that's the big idea because I read this and this and this and this. So as you're reading with your child, be sure to stop and take that time and say, gosh, what did we just read about? What was that? And if it's a main idea, they should be able to summarize the entire thing that they read in one sentence. That is the main idea. If they want to start giving you details, stop them and say, wait a minute, was everything we read about how that bird was that color? No, that's a supporting detail. Everything we read was about the kinds of animals that we found in the rainforest. So it can't be just about that bird because not everything we read was about that. Let's try again. Let's think again. Okay, so you're telling me that the main idea was that the rainforests in the Amazon have a lot of animals. Was everything we read about that? Yeah, great job. What were some details that you read about? That was the main idea. Now, what are some of those details that we read? And really reinforcing with them the big idea and the small pieces that support that. And you can do that even if it's a TV show. This part doesn't have to be related just to books. Anytime you experience anything with your child, you can talk about the big idea and the supporting details, whether that's what happened at church or a conversation that they had with their grandmother or a show that they watched on television. For this particular comprehension skill, it does not have to be tied to something that they've actually read.